All right, guys, so today's lesson, we are going to learn how to multiply with decimals. If you know how to multiply whole numbers, then you pretty much know how to multiply with decimals. So let's just take a number. Let's take a whole number like 124, and let's multiply that by 3. So 3 times 124. So what you're basically going to do is you are going to multiply 3 times 4 in your ones place, and that would be 12, and you carry your 1 to tens place. 3 times 2 is 6, plus the 1 you carried would be 7. So 7 in your tens place. And then 3 times 1 is 3. So your answer is 372. So now let's say if you had decimals. Let's say your problem was 12.4 times 3. What we're going to do is we are going to ignore the decimal. So we're just going to multiply 3 times 4, which is 12. Carry your 1. Just pretend you're multiplying whole numbers. 3 times 2 is 6, plus the 1 you carried is 7. 3 times 1 is 3. So now what we have to do is we have to look at how many place value spots are behind the decimal, how many numbers. And we have 1 spot right here. So we're going to move our decimal 1 spot from the back, because in a whole number, it's always hiding back here in the back. So now we have 37 and 2/10. So if you think about what 3 times 12, the whole number 12 would be, that would be 36. So 3 times 12.4 is 37.2. That number makes sense. So let's look at one more. So let's say we have the whole number 33, or let's say 338 times 4. So if it's a whole number, you're just going to go ahead and multiply. 4 times 8 is 32. 4 times 3 is 12, plus the 3 you carried, 13, 14, 15. Carry my 1. 4 times 3 is 12, plus the 1 you carried is 13. And I write that whole number 13 down because I don't have another number to multiply. So now let's change that, and let's say it was 3 3/38, and multiply it by 4/10. So you don't have to put your 0 there for 4/10. You can just say 0.4. So if my problem looked like this, I would just forget about the decimals and write it this way, multiply it out, and then add my decimals back in. But let's go ahead and multiply. You get 32, carry your 3, 12, 13, 14, 15. Carry your 1. You don't have to line your decimals up when multiplying. 4 times 3 is 12, plus the 1 you carried is 13. Now I count the number of places behind my decimal. I have 1, 2, 3. So my decimal's hiding behind the whole number. I'm going to move it over. 1, 2, 3. So this answer is 1.352, or 1 352 thousandths. And that's how you multiply using decimals. We just pretend that they're not there, multiply them like a whole number, and then add your decimal back in.